So the next one is Sayomi. She asks us about the prompt 2. Can I mention past research that is not perfectly related to my proposed endeavor, but is related to my field?
Yes, this comes to the fact that we all have these kind of multifaceted aspects of our background. And so, yes, definitely, past research, even if it's not directly related to your proposed endeavor, but it's related to your field, I mean, that still goes towards the work that you're doing. And so without knowing the exact details of it, I will say you want to make sure that you are using the language very carefully, because what you don't want is an officer who's quickly going through these things to see, okay, you've done research in this field, and then all of a sudden we're talking about this other proposed endeavor that has a different aspect to it. So you want to do the best that you can to align these things, perhaps in demonstrating how that research led you to the work that you propose, or things like that. For example, I mentioned earlier, I studied economics. It was a pre-law degree. I intended it to be a pre-law degree. Not saying that I would apply for a national interest waiver for that, but talking about the purposes of where I was headed with it, that kind of informs things differently. I can talk about the cases that I worked on shortly or during law school or after law school that utilized my economics degree or things like that. So I would find ways to try to have some overlap in there, but those are just some thoughts on that.
Right. To try to connect them if possible, basically, make use of them. It needs to be somewhat related, right? If there's no relation at all, maybe not, but a lot of times I think that's where good lawyers would come in handy, and drawing those links between the different evidence and the story that you are presenting and all that.
And the one thing I would add to that is just think through, what is the reason why you would like to bring it up?